Enterprise TV, a tradition of truth.
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, you are still on to Enterprise Morning on Enterprise TV. Now, the peace agreement reached in Abuja 2 days ago may already be stirring a crisis of its own. Clearly, the last is yet to be heard, as both the People's Democratic Party and convener of the Pan-Niger Delta Forum have stoutly rejected the terms and said they are scoured in favor of one party. The Minister of the FCT. Now, over the past few weeks, Governor Fubara of Rivers and his predecessor, Nyesom Wike, who is now the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, have been at loggerheads over control of the political structure of the state. You may wonder what the situation is, right? Well, let me tell you. On Monday, the duo agreed to end the feud during a meeting with Tinubu at the presidential villa. In the 8-point resolution signed by Fubara, Wike and other Rivers stakeholders, it was agreed that all impeachment proceedings against the governor should be dropped immediately. They also agreed that Martin Amawule should be recognized as Speaker, while the 27 lawmakers who defected should be taken back as members of the Assembly. Ironic, right? Okay. But it is silent as to whether they are to return to the PDP. Now, speaking at a press conference in Abuja on Tuesday, Clark said the resolutions are baffling, appalling, and unacceptable to the people. The other statement said the 8-point resolution is undemocratic and dictatorial. He stated further that it was aimed at handing over the political leadership of Rivers to Wike. Clark said the resolutions show that Tinubu is trying to show gratitude to Wike for winning the presidential election in Rivers for the All Progressives Congress. The elder statesman said the resolution that the Rivers 2024 budget should be presented again to the House of Assembly is another unthinkable directive. Now, I would say Rivers State has indeed given us the political drama. It's been on the lips of most media forums. And of course, Enterprise TV, right here at Enterprise Morning, we're not exempted on talking about this imbroglio. Now, to talk about this actually and give us a more perspective, in-depth perspective of what is going on in Rivers State, I would call it a quadruple chessboard. I actually have Barrister Tunji Abdulhamid. Barrister Tunji Abdulhamid, welcome to Enterprise Morning.
Yes, sir, thank you for having me. It's my pleasure to be with you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Barrister Tunji Abdulhamid, I recall that before we started off the program, we're having behind the scene conversation, and you did not seem astounded as to what transpired last night in the presence of the president. For Fubara, he said that it is a price unthinkable. It is not something that is too huge to pay for in order for peace to actually reign in Rivers State. But is this not a direct attempt to circumvent the law on the order of politics? If the governor withdraws the court cases, how about the orders of, what was given by the court, and especially that of the resolution that was already issued between them yesterday?
Where do I start from? You see, my own position is this. In as much as I agree that we should not allow one man to dictate how democracy, a democratic system should be observed, in as much as I do not agree that the president should dictate to the governor of Rivers State on how he should run his affair in his state, in as much as I do not agree that the president should give Mr. Wike that larger-than-life character, I want to say that, look, it is within the right of the president to intervene in any issue. In fact, he can intervene in domestic affairs of anybody if he has the time. It is within his right. It is within his right to call governors of Rivers State, or any governor for that matter, or any minister, or anybody within the country to intervene in any issues. Even myself, if I have the capacity, even Mr. Eda Clark, if he has the capacity and they will listen to him, he has the right to call them and say, let me intervene for peace to reign. But the point is this: where I disagree with what has happened, or where I have issues with what has happened regarding the resolution, is that look, some of the resolutions is an attempt to circumvent the constitution.
So you agree?
I'm not bothered about it in a way because it's not binding. It's just a mere understanding between parties. Ordinarily, if you are in the country, this happens almost everywhere. Ordinarily, this should not be in a public place. This resolution, if you are offering a political solution to an issue, it should not be an issue that will be a public debate or public issue. That resolution, that amicable political resolution, should be within the caucus, and they should understand it. They should not rub it in our faces and say, look, this is what we have agreed. Except what we have agreed is in line with the law. Yes, let's look at the resolution that have been passed. The one I have issues, I will say. The one I don't have issues, I will say. And like I said again, it's a matter of law. It's a matter of the agreement. Is it binding on anybody? It's not binding on the governor. It's not binding on the state. They can't force it on them. To say,
let me bring your mind to.
You must go by this agreement. It's not compulsory.
The special advisor on media to the leader of the Rivers State House of Assembly, Engineer Boma Precious Kalama, he denounced the circulated resolutions as false. According to him, he said in the agreement, Fubara used a black biro to sign rather than the official red biro he uses to sign. But as soon as he said that, Fubara countered too, whereby he said that there is no huge price to pay in order for peace to reign. So we're having conflicting reactions. Others feel that Fubara signing that stuff or that agreement was not genuinely real. It was just to placate the moment. But others, Fubara coming to say something else, agreeing to the fact that this is indeed a peace deal. Would you consider the fact that him agreeing to all of that resolution is a slap on his face? If Fubara did not have the spine to continue, then why did he, in the first instance, demolish the State House of Assembly? Why did he insist on, proceeding to court to ensure that they declare those seats vacant? Why do you start off, get the support of your people, but you immediately fold your hands after you've been invited by the president?
Like I said, Fubara is the governor of Rivers State. The executive powers is vested in him. And like I said again, the president has the power to intervene in any matter. In fact, he can even intervene between the dispute between Fubara and his wife, or Wike and his wife, or anybody, if he has the time. But that cannot be forced on the people. That is the point I'm making. They can enter into any understanding. They can have any agreement. But if that will contradict or affect the interests of the masses of the Rivers State, that will become something else. So let's look at the agreement that has been reached. And the issue of regarding whether or not it's signed or not, nobody has come out, the governor has not come out to say, I did not sign or I signed.
Okay.
The fact that he said there's no price to pay does not mean I signed the agreement, and does not mean I did not sign the agreement. So it's our interpretation. They like giving us that thing that will make us be making conjunctions and all those things. Let's look at the resolution reached. The one regarding it should be I can't remember you, please remind me. Regarding the issue of the commissioners that resign,
yes,
must be represented and then they're cleared. It's absolutely within the powers within the right of the governor to either do or not. If the governor believes that he wants to work with them, that is not within the power of the state.
President Tunji, let me reiterate. I'm coming. Let me reiterate the resolutions reached.
No, let's be taking one after the other.
No, because you won't forget. Oh no, you would forget, because it's important for you to address. You've been so calm. I don't know why you're calm, because I expected you to actually question the president's ulterior motive in this whole thing, despite the fact that morally he can intervene.
Listen. Maybe when you listen to me very well, you understand my point. I've not said the president was right to have imposed some of these resolutions on the governor. But what I'm trying to say is that, look, in as much as this resolution is not binding on the state, it's not even binding on Governor Fubara if he doesn't want it to abide by it. It's not an issue for me.
It's not binding.
It's not binding. It's just a mere understanding, mere agreement. Under which law was it signed?
Okay, let me
ask. That agreement will only be binding if there's a law that backs it up. There is no law that back it up and say, look, once the president says this to you, or once you have an understanding with the president and you sign an agreement, you must follow it. No, the governor has the right to appoint his commissioners. He has the right to, the appointment of commissioner or nomination of commissioner is vested absolutely on the governor. So if they are now nominating candidates for him and decide to accept it, that is his choice. That one is for him to either accept or not accept. If he wants to accept it, in his own case, I don't have issue with that. The issue of asking the people that have the camp to PDP and the ABC to still remain and then they're allowed to continue as if nothing has happened, I have issue with it. That's not an issue of understanding. That's an issue of law. Are you getting my point? The issue of that issue is not a matter of agreement. It's not a matter of understanding. It's a matter of law. And a matter of law, nobody can make it, no agreement can be done to circumvent that law. So the law is clear that once you defect, your seat will be declared vacant, Section 109 G. And that has been done. So as it is, at that time they signed that agreement, those members are not members of the House of Assembly.
All right.
So I have issue with it.
Okay.
I also have the issue with the fact that the governor should go back and represent.
That's why I wanted to ask you to read out the resolutions, because I
are taking one. I will address it one.
You've explained some. All matters in court to be withdrawn immediately. Impeachment proceedings to be dropped immediately.
There's nothing bad about that.
Okay, good.
You can if you file a case in court, and you can also decide to say, I want to withdraw my case. No law says once you file a case in court, you can't withdraw it.
Okay. No, that's part of the resolution.
It's a choice for those who file the case. But the issue here is this: was any case filed by the governor? I'm not aware of any.
I'm even referring
was those who filed the case, were they part of the?
I'm talking about the lawmakers who wanted to comment on an impeachment proceeding against Governor Fubara. Apparently, they're saying all of that should be dropped, which benefits Fubara.
Get my point first.
Okay.
When you get my point clearly, you understand where I'm going to. Like I said, they have the right to enter into an agreement they want to enter into. But whether that agreement will bind on people or not, it's a different thing. So we are mixing everything together. There's a different thing between this agreement has been reached. Yes. Do they have the power to enter it or not? Like I said, they have the right to enter into the agreement. Whether that agreement is binding on me or not. For example, like I said, the issue of withdrawal case. Was any case filed by the governor? I'm not aware of any. Those who filed the case were not part of the meeting. So if I thought they are going to withdraw the case, it is their choice to decide whether they will withdraw or not the governor. So governor signing agreement on issue that doesn't have power over is his own. That's why I say the speaker who filed or the members of the House of Assembly who filed case in court are the only people who were they part of the meeting? No. Do they sign the agreement? No. So they are not bound by that agreement. So they don't withdraw the case in court. Nobody can, even if they sign and they refuse to withdraw the case in court, nobody can punish them for that. There's nothing say that type of be done. So the governor just went there, signed whatever he wants to sign, understanding. Like I said, if not why the part of the country that we are, this kind of understanding should not even come out. Should be a caucus agreement, understanding, which they will, and that's what they've been doing to rule us. Because when those commissioners that resigned, when they were nominated, they have that kind of understanding. But because there was no dispute, we did not hear anything. So because we take it or leave it, those commissioners were appointed for him, and there was no issue. Nobody complained. So that's what they are saying here too now. We still want to appoint this commissioner for you. So it is his choice to either accept. That is not a state issue. Okay. So the issue that has to do with the state is that the member of the National Assembly is an issue of law. Okay. The president cannot direct in that regard. He cannot ask direct and say this is what we want and you must go like that. He cannot say people who have defected should be allowed to continue as a member of APC and nothing will happen. No. They cannot make law a resolution and say they cannot impeach the governor. That is contrary to the Constitution. The Constitution allows the governor to be impeached if there is impeachment of so you cannot by understanding or arrangement say you can't impeach the governor. No, that is not law. So that's why I said, in as much as these are not against the people, if the people believe that this is against us, they can go to court and say no. Even though the president has said to you, you have agreed with the president as a governor, we as a citizen, we voted for these people as member of our assembly, as a PDP, what's it called?
Mr. Tunji, I feel that you are still being diplomatic in your response because the reality of the situation here is it feels like Fubara is sinking with how this whole thing came up. Now let's look at this. The leadership of the Rivers State House of Assembly, led by Martin Amawule, to recognize, that is part of the agreement, 27 members who resigned from the PDP. Remuneration and benefits of all members of the Rivers State House of Assembly and staff to be reinstated with no more interference with the funding of the Rivers State House of Assembly by the governor. Others would say that this is a slap on the face of the governor. Did you watch him yesterday? Do you know what it is for him to call a cabinet meeting and literally the people who are in that meeting are not his people? They are those he would consider his enemies. And also, he is to present, to represent the state budget to properly constituted Rivers State House of Assembly. And by Tinubu, you're telling me literally what you're saying is the fact that it's an agreement does not necessarily mean he has to do it. He has not done anything about it. After what he said yesterday, you want to tell me that he's not going to do anything about it?
Get me right. I'm not justifying the agreement that has been signed. I'm just trying to say, look, we in this kind of country, sometimes we merge 3 issues into one. The issue here is about one, there's an agreement. That agreement will not on its own enforce itself.
Okay.
That agreement will not on its own enforce
Who
itself.
would then enforce it? The parties involved?
If from this agreement that we have seen today now,
Yes.
all the issues that have been raised, seven of the issues were to be enforced by the governor.
And as it is, he has accepted to enforce it.
He just accepted. He has not told you that. When did he say that?
Didn't you listen to him yesterday?
When did he say that? He
There's no price to pay for peace.
He didn't say, yes, there's no price to pay for peace. Yes,
there's no huge price to pay for peace.
Maybe he knows what he's talking about that he didn't tell you. But like I said, it is responsibility. If he wants to accept those commissioners that will be imposed on him, it is his choice. If he fails to perform, it is him that the state will hold responsible for not performing. Because the issue of commissioner, by law, it's the only person who has the power to appoint them or nominate them. So if he's now saying he wants to nominate, he wants those nominated for him based on that agreement to be his commissioner, so be it. That is his what's it called? His responsibility. What I'm talking about is that all issues that have to do with those resolutions that has to do with constitutional matter, and the issue are those I have issue with. The issue of recognize the camp 27. I have issue with it. It's not in line with the law, and I don't think the government can enforce it because it's not within its power to enforce. So he only signed the agreement for signing sake, as far as I'm concerned. Signing an agreement does not mean all state, River State members of the House of Assembly or indigenous of River State must also align with it. It's not compulsory. If the government even attempt to say, I want to agree, and I will allow them to stay and continue like that, the members of the River State people can go to court and challenge it. The other people, the first speaker or five whatever members of the House Assembly, if they are also not in agreement with it, they can also go to court and say, we are not accepting. The PDP have the right to go to court and challenge it. That's what I'm saying. So the fact that the agreement has been signed is not a conclusive evidence that things have been done in that manner. So if the government wants to have his hand tight because he has his loyalty to which is good. It's good to have in politics. Loyalty is very, very important. If he wants to retain his loyalty to the governor at the expense of the state, if you want the former governor to still determine and dictate to him or control his cabinet by giving him people who will not respect him or who will not allow him to work, who will not see him as governor, who before they even take any step, they must have to take an order from Abuja. So be it for him. Then if it will affect the development of the state, the stakeholder in the state can protest, can take action to say, look.
will no longer be asked to hold by-elections to fill the seats of the 27 lawmakers who defected. Has the law missed its way?
INEC will not be what?
INEC will no longer be asked to hold by-elections to fill the seats of the 27 lawmakers who defected.
Because we have been told there's an order of court as well that says INEC should not go ahead with the by-election. So there's an order of court. INEC has its tie. There are 2 orders of court now. So if you have an order of court which says INEC should not go ahead, do you expect INEC to go ahead and do that? No, it's not. So it's not about INEC problem. Okay. It's about the order of the court. There's an order of court that we're aware of, that we're being told. I'm not aware of it. I've been told that there's an order of court. So as far as I'm concerned, so this agreement of the thing this that we're talking about, as far as I'm concerned, I don't see much issue there. But
names of all commissioners who resigned to be resubmitted to the House of Assembly for approval. What does that mean?
I have explained that.
For their names to be resubmitted for approval.
I have explained that it is the responsibility of nominating commissioner rests on the governor. So if he decides to go by those people, so be it for him. If he fails in his responsibility as governor, his name will be there.
Should that even stand in the first place?
It is his choice. Like I said, if we are not these things,
when you say it is his choice,
those people that resign, was he the one that appointed them?
No.
Why was that no complaint?
But why do you say that it is his choice?
You
cannot make any choice because it is not a state that he runs by himself.
The law says nomination of the power to nominate commissioners is vested in the governor.
Do you think this has made the people of Rivers State lose hope in Fubara? Because a lot of people were actually thromping on for him. They wanted to see him pull through, fight off this political godfather.
It's premature for us to say this because we have not seen.
Did you see his expression yesterday? Mr. Tunji, did you see his expression yesterday when he was talking about how he felt? He looked dejected.
Yes,
he looked overwhelmed.
I know.
He literally looked like someone who was depressed. So does that look to you like a governor who would fight on based on the vested interests of the people?
No, he may look dejected and look not himself, probably because he's thinking, why am I facing this issue? Why am I being played like a child? Or why am I being, he may be. But like I said, whether or not he's thinking in that manner, whether or not this agreement has been written down, and not even our constitution.
Don't you think that they have tied his hand on the gin straw? The reason why I'm saying so is that the signature circulated all over. So it means that this time around, nobody can argue. It's almost like you trapped him, deliberately trapped him. You said something that when the agreement was made the initial time, it wasn't populated, it wasn't circulated. The other agreement that was also done, in those states with the president, we didn't see anything. We only saw Tunji. The presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party has not said anything. This is about his political party. He's been quiet. It's only Damagum that has said something. What's going on? Has the PDP lost its spine?
You said the chairman has said something.
Yes, he has said something.
Who's in charge of the running of the party? The chairman. Atiku Abubakar is maybe the leader of the party because
Atiku has always been vocal.
He was the presidential candidate of the party. He doesn't have to say anything.
He doesn't have to say anything?
It is the responsibility of the party to respond, and the party has responded. And you see, I'm even amazed that people are saying, why are the PDP not talking? Please, these people that, if not for the fact that people are just looking at it, that look, it's better to have more members than lose members. These people that are talking about, the governor himself, the House of Assembly member, who do they support in the last election? They worked against their party. They work against PDP. They were there. So now they are in crisis. They want the party they proudly work against to come and rescue them. I don't know why people are asking.
Officially,
I don't know why people are asking.
Fubara under the umbrella of the PDP.
You may be officially.
So regardless of what transpired the last.
The fact that you are a member of PDP, you see, the fact that you are a member of PDP, and the fact that you worked against the PDP is enough for the party to even turn their back against you when you have an issue. But because the party is not even turning their back, they are responding and they are saying they will go to court just because they know it's better to have a member who are not even too loyal than not to have them at all.
I need to say that the APC is in charge of Rivers State.
Of course.
Basically,
of course.
So it's no longer.
Wike is not. Is Wike a PDP member?
He has not officially come out
to
say that he's an APC member.
I don't have to say. Some people are not politicians, but are they not politicians? Some people are not in government. The fact that they are not being appointed.
Wike comes out to publicly state he's an APC member, but we're saying that unofficially. Rivers State is being run by an APC government.
By a PDP government.
By an APC government with a PDP governor.
You are right, and that is why the PDP are not saying anything, because when they were enjoying their working against the party, when the Wike and co, they were even dancing and making it a lively thing that look, they are happy about it. They were working. These members of House of Assembly that are in trouble now, that they are asking party to come and rescue them. The governor that is in trouble now. Did he work for the party?
So is that why some?
Was he part of the party?
Is that
so as far as I'm concerned, they are not. They don't even deserve the support of the party in this crisis. If not, that the party is politics. In politics, you will still want one member to be with you, not to lose member. That's why the party is even talking. If I were to be the chairman, I may even be, I'm not saying I'll be indifferent, but I will not do more. You expect that people to, will Atiku now control Wike if he's intervening? Can he call Wike and say, Wike that was called when we want to do election? You see, what people don't understand, and when people even say, why are the people not doing anything about Wike? Why is people too bigger? When somebody see himself as nobody can control me, I have my mind, and this is what I want to do. Governor Wike, do you think if it's not for the president that called him, do you think that clerk will call Wike to come and say we want to intervene? He will answer. He will not. You see themselves as if do you think if the Governor Wike was one in charge of, he was in government today, and this crisis happened, and they called him, then President Buhari called him, do you think he will answer?
Where does this leave the people of River State?
That is the problem I have. This fight is not about the people of River State. All these issues is not about the people of River State. It's about personal interest. So if the people of River State want to sit down and allow individual in Abuja who call himself a former governor to dictate and determine what goes on in their state. If the governor wants the former governor to determine who will be his cabinet member, who will determine what policy or what policy not to do, if the governor and the people of River State are satisfied with it, so be it for them. But for me, it should not be about crisis. It should be about the constitutional matter. If you have an issue with it, the right place to go is to challenge the court. And I tell you, there will be a lot of cases in court on this issue, particularly this resolution. People will go to court and ask whether or not this particular issue, particularly regarding the submit budget again, that has been passed into law, this and that, whether it's constitutional or it's not constitutional, people will go to court, and I expect that to happen. And so it's not yet to Uru. It's not a conclusive thing to say just because an resolution has been reached, therefore the deed has been done. No.
Thank you, Barrister Tunji Abdulhamid, for coming on the Enterprise Morning and explaining the scenario in River State. Okay?
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. We do expect more to come up in River State. The drama doesn't stop here. We're definitely going to be getting more feedbacks on how the political scenario is unfolding there between Nyesom Wike, Fubara, and including the president, not excluding the 27 defected PDP members who are now supposedly in APC. My name is Esther Wachiko. Welcome to a wrap on Enterprise Morning today. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Enterprise TV 7. Of course, across the social media handles is at Enterprise TV 7. Thank you for watching.
Enterprise TV, a tradition of truth.